You know what? I think one of the main reasons why I was able to grow a successful YouTube channel is the fact that I picked my niche really well. I wanted something that would help me stay consistent, enjoy the journey, and as a result, grow a successful YouTube channel. And I think I found exactly that, and I want the same thing for you. So here are some tips to help you find your ideal niche and hopefully start your YouTube journey with the unfair advantage of knowing exactly what you're doing. Right, so there are different approaches when it comes to finding your niche on YouTube. One of them is just being very, very intentional from day one, knowing exactly what kind of content you're going to put out there and, really mapping the trajectory of that content from the very beginning. And the opposite is, not being intentional at all and just experimenting, playing around with different ideas until you find what works and what you like to talk about, and essentially you find your niche. And let's be honest, both approaches can and do work, but from my experience, from what I've seen on YouTube, a mixed approach where you are a bit intentional, especially at the beginning, but you also give yourself room to explore and discover yourself along the way, is what works best for most people. This means that your niche will likely grow and evolve and change along your journey, and that's fine, that's normal, that's part of growing on YouTube. So don't worry about that. What you pick at the beginning doesn't necessarily need to be what you're gonna be doing for the next 5 years. So how do we take this sort of mixed approach to YouTube? Essentially what you want to do is make an informed decision at the very beginning, and then let the process and let your audience teach you and help you decide where to go next. I have personally applied this concept successfully, and I think it's the easiest way to start on YouTube. It's the easiest thing to implement as well. So here's how you do it. When I say informed decision, what I mean is you need to choose a topic at the intersection of one, authority, okay? If you're gonna grow on YouTube, people need to know that you have expertise and that you know what you're talking about, right? You don't necessarily need a qualification, but you need to be seen as an expert. You need to be able to show some results. Think about the people who are killing it on YouTube. Like, think about that marketing guru who owns a marketing agency and can show those results. Think about the PT who's super fit and who has a fitness channel, or think about the medical student who's sharing study tips. All of these people have something to show. If this person going to medical school, it's because they know how to study. If this person is running a successful marketing agency, it's because they know a thing or two about marketing, or at least if they don't, they've managed to fool enough people to create a channel out of it. So very, very important. You need to be an expert. You need to be seen as an expert. And as I said, you don't need a qualification, but what you do need is passion. Why? Passion is the second element, and it is super, super important as well, because YouTube is hard. YouTube is very, very frustrating, especially when you're starting. The views are not there, the rewards are not there, everything's very difficult. You don't know how to film, you don't know anything about gear, you don't know what makes a YouTube video successful. So it can be really, really frustrating. Honestly, at the beginning, it sucks. And some days for me, even if I'm not a beginner, it sucks as well. Like having to think about my next video, having that pressure of, I need to put out a video a week, all of those things. I mean, there are ways around them, but let's be honest, it's hard work, okay? So you do need passion. You need to like what you're doing. You need to at least find it interesting, because otherwise people will sniff it out. People can sense when you're talking about something that, you don't give a fuck about. People can sense that. And there's nothing like seeing someone who is talking about something that they're really passionate about. Plus, if you know what you're talking about and you like it, you will either have to do less research because you're already into that and you like it and you've done your bit of research before starting, or you will enjoy doing some extra research on the topic just because it's a topic that interests you or something that you want to learn about. So that's another plus. And finally, there is money. Okay, money is a bit controversial. No one likes to talk about money. No one likes to admit that they're on YouTube for money. You may want to make an impact, you may want to help people, you may want to, get better at public speaking. That's all good. But at the end of the day, you're also here for the money, okay? So let's be honest. It's useful to, think about this early on in your journey. So think about, for the niche that you're about to pick, think about the monetization options, think about the potential market size. Can you create info products, physical products, newsletters? Can you offer, consultancy, coaching, all of these things? Don't just stop at AdSense. AdSense is a good source of income, especially for some people if you're really big. But most of the people I know who are making a lot of money on YouTube are making most of their money from sources other than AdSense. Okay, AdSense is just a very, very small percentage of their, total revenue streams. So think about this early on if you are gonna treat YouTube as a business, like I think most of us will eventually, most of us aspire to do. Now, what happens if you're not sure which options take all these boxes for you because you have literally no idea what to talk about? Here's where I'm going to help you out. I have some questions that will hopefully help you find out what topics or what topic you should be talking about on YouTube. So here are the questions. What is one thing that you can teach me? What do you find frustratingly obvious that other people seem to struggle with? That kind of thing where you're like, oh my God, this person is about to make another mistake with this and it's just so obvious to me, like what is that thing that really frustrates you that people seem to, get wrong every single time? Think about that. Then what is one thing that you are good at? Or one thing that people say that you are good at even if you don't believe it yourself? What do you enjoy? What do you like doing? What do you like learning about? Then what groups are you part of? This is really, really good. This is a really good question because if you're a medical student, it's going to be extremely easy for you to talk about medical school. Or if you are a PT or if you're really into fitness and you go to the gym, 6 times a week, it's going to be super easy for you to talk about fitness because you're going to know all the pain points, all the struggles that people come across when, starting their fitness journey or things like that. So this is a really good question. And then I also want you to think about a niche as a combination of audience and value. Okay, think about both things. What kind of value can you bring to a certain audience? Combining different things can give you really original niches and really, really good things to talk about on YouTube. We can talk a bit more about defining your target audience in another video, but this is, I'm gonna leave it there because this is a really, really good idea to start thinking about your niche, audience and value. Then tip number 2, niche down to blow up. I'm sure you've heard this one before. This is a very common recommendation when you're starting on YouTube. Why does this work? Because, it can be a bit counterintuitive. You're trying to target a very small amount of people and you may think that, that's not gonna work, but it does work. Why does it work? Well, I think it's easier to get traction and establish yourself as an authority figure if the niche is small, okay? I think it's because there's less competition. Think about, creating videos about dieting for people with Crohn's disease, specifically. There's way fewer videos about Crohn's disease and dieting than there is about fitness and dieting in general. So if you've got Crohn's disease and you want to make videos about Crohn's disease and dieting, you are an authority figure because you're part of that group and you're targeting a smaller group of people. And remember, the target is not the market, okay? Some people who don't have Crohn's disease but who maybe have, IBS will also be looking at your video and finding useful things. So yeah, remember, the target is not the market. And once you establish yourself as an authority and you gain some traction in a very small niche, you can outgrow that niche and you're gonna end up attracting more people who come to your videos and you're gonna potentially want to expand at that time, okay? But at the beginning, niche down, target a very small group of people and then let your channel outgrow that niche and eventually expand, okay? For example, this is my example. When I started my YouTube channel, I was mainly, talking to aspiring medical students, okay, in Barcelona. So it was a very, very, very niche market, okay? But my videos that were targeted at this very small audience did really well at the beginning, as in I would have 100 subscribers and my video would have 600 views, okay? This is disproportionate for my channel size. So yeah, at the beginning I started talking about medicine in Barcelona. Then I started talking about medicine for people in Spain or for Spanish speaking students, okay? Then I outgrew that niche and I started talking about studying in general, okay? And I finally outgrew that niche a few months ago, and then I started talking about productivity, time management, and all of that, which is very related to studying. But now my audience is mainly, adults. Not really, some of them are students, but most of them are young adults who are not studying anymore, but they're interested in time management techniques, productivity, and all of that. So yeah, niche down and slowly expand. This is something that other YouTubers have done as well. Think about, I don't know, Karma Medic. Karma Medic started making content aimed at medical students in the UK, and he made very specific content about different exams, the UK CAT or whatever. But yeah, it was very, very specific content, and then he outgrew that niche, and now he talks about, again, studying and productivity in general. He does a lot of study with me videos and all of that, and no one would really care about those videos at the beginning if they hadn't, you know, started watching him because of the value. You know, at the beginning, no one's gonna watch you because of you. They're gonna watch you because of the information or because of the content, the value that you're giving in each video. They're not gonna be watching you because of your personality, because they don't know you, okay? You wouldn't do that either. That's how it works, unfortunately. But yeah, niche down to blow up. Super, super good advice. And finally, tip number 3, and the most important tip ever. Like this video and subscribe if you wanna see more content like this. It's free and it really helps me. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.